Today we're going to be looking at the new Jakks specific Sonic the Hedgehog Bendable figures. I only got 2 figures from Wave 2. This is the second wave, of course. Released just recently. Like, it was supposed to come out in spring of 2020, the second wave. But for some reason, Jakks specific decided, why wait when we can release them now? So on the back of the box, they show you what figures are in the second wave. I'm not the first to make videos dedicated to the second wave. I mean, tons of other people have talked about it. This is just like your dollar store video version of, some of the ones you could find online, this video. Now, there is Sonic. The Sonic figure is exactly the same as he is in the first wave, except he has the different tails. Well, okay, the one in the box shows the exact same tails, but I'm thinking it's a different tails. And then we have Super Sonic, which is the one we're going to be reviewing. Comes with a running Sonic. And then we got Metal Sonic, which comes with a shadow. And finally, Dr. Eggman with a E102 Gamma disc. I was not able to get Dr. Eggman because when I went to the Target store, they're $10 each at Target in the United States. And I was not able to find Eggman. I was able to find Metal Sonic and Super Sonic, but not Dr. Eggman. But stay tuned, because I am still tracking down Dr. Eggman, and I do want to do a review on him, since I think he looks really cool. He's a really cool looking figure. I mean, I was actually originally going to skip him just because he didn't seem, that big of a size, to be improperly scaled with the other characters. But now that I've seen pictures of him in person, then I actually want to get him. Especially since he's actually useful for something outside of the Jakks-specific Sonic Bendies that I will mention whenever I get to review Dr. Robotnik. So let's just open up both of these figures and we'll have a closer look at them. Let's start off with Super Sonic. So here's Sonic. Basically what you do is that you would separate these pieces. Let me just... I know you can, it's just... There we go. All I just have to remove is remove one of the plate pieces. And you can see the things are stored inside, like... these are... Why is it so hard for me to, actually, get them to be positioned properly? Everything just keeps falling on me. I'm such a stupid person anyways. Hope I'm putting the front place in right, because apparently I am being really stupid in this video, and I apologize in advance. But this is what you would do if you want to display the stand. So in comparison, here is the new Super Sonic action figure next to same company, the Luigi figure from Jakks Specific. And you can see that the scaling on the Jakks Specific Sonic figures versus the World Nintendo figures is very good. And you can see a difference. Let me just move the box out of the way. You can see some of the difference. This is a bendable figure. This is an actual action figure with articulation. And you could see, the limbs on Luigi are much more thicker than on Sonic, which is probably why Jakks Specific went with the bendy route, because, well, Sonic figures just work better as bendable figures, not figures with tons of articulation. And you can see also in the body, like Luigi kind of has that somewhat round potbelly body, and Sonic, on the other hand, has a very skinny, masculine-ish body. So yeah, so that's just a comparison between Super Sonic and Luigi. Now here's the Super Sonic figure compared to the Sonic figure that is also in the second wave, and you can see that the Super Sonic figure is slightly smaller than the regular Sonic figure, which is okay, because I don't think you would really want to, display Super Sonic next to regular Sonic, Especially since, unlike the Tomy figures and some of the other lines we got previously, these Jakks-specific figures are made to are cheaply produced. You know, they're made of rubber, and they're bendable figures, and they're not the best quality, but they're pretty good. And I could understand why, especially since they're probably wanting to go into a specific scaling route. I mean, look how the spines, how scale of the spines are somewhat the exact same length as Sonic's top spine. But yeah, also, I don't think anybody has noticed this, but the nose on Sonic is actually a lot longer than the Supersonic one. I just noticed that. He's going to have the top heaviness problem, so I'd say his top heaviness is actually worse than on the regular Sonic. So make sure that your Supersonic action figure, bendable figure, can stand up very well, like he can right now. Now let's take a look at this figure. Now, second wave was supposed to come out in March or April of 2020. It was spring 2020. But they pushed it forwards to, like, late this year, like 2019. And I'm kind of glad. I was not expecting that. That was actually kind of a surprise. And it was also, I have mixed feelings about it, to be honest. Like, I'm glad they're coming out. But the problem is that I think they probably should have waited to spring 2020, because I feel like this figure is an example on why this wave was probably rushed in time for the holiday season, because Sonic's arms are yellow when on the prototype and at the San Diego Comic-Con presentation, his arms are tan, but on the actual figure, they're actually yellow. But look at the body. Look how the tan color blends in well with the yellow. It's actually not the biggest issue, surprisingly, and I'm not so sure why that is the case for me. I don't care too much, but I'd say if you're a big Supersonic fan, I'm pretty sure you might care, just a little bit, just a little bit. The only points of articulation that he has is the ball joint in the head. Basically, he's a bendy figure, so basically he can move at the arms and legs. That's just about it. So yeah, that's just basically how you're going to, pose the figure. And you've got to be careful because his fingers are separately, they're not attached together, and they're pretty wiggly and jiggly, so please make sure you don't break the fingers, or else you're going to have a Sonic that can't punch things without his fingers. I think I grade Supersonic maybe a B+. He's definitely a good figure, despite his one jarring flaw. But now let's just take a look at Metal Sonic. Okay, to get this video out of the way, here's the shadow disc. And there's nothing else I'm going to say about him, so let's just talk about Metal Sonic. Hold on, let me adjust the camera properly. My camera and its stand, they don't like to cooperate with each other. Anyways, here is Metal Sonic right next to Sonic, and that is a really good scale. I have no complaints about the scaling. The scaling is amazing, so let's just move Sonic out of the way. Let's take a look at Metal Sonic. I was really hard on the Tomy modern Metal Sonic figure. From a couple years ago, I was very hard on that figure. Now, for this Jakks figure, he's actually not that bad, but he is a little problematic. He's not shiny on hand, but on camera, he actually looks pretty shiny. And that's only in the blue. Like, the gray's pretty dull, but the blue actually looks pretty shiny, which Metal Sonic is supposed to be a shiny character, so that kind of makes sense. All the pieces of his details are actually there. Like, let me just zoom out of the camera. You can see his hands, his feet, and he actually has his back jet painted, which is a bonus because I never really liked the Tomy Metal Sonic figure, and I actually like this. I'd say the Jazzwares 3-inch Metal Sonic figure is probably the best and probably better figure, but this Jakks-specific Metal Sonic is actually nice. Now, my complaint about Metal Sonic being a bendable figure is that, you know, he has a lot of paint details, and for someone who is mechanical and robotic as Metal Sonic, I don't really think he translates the best as a bendable figure, but he's actually okay. It's just the problem is that, you know, I got him, you know, posing. I mean, he could pose very fine. I mean, he poses really well. It's just, it's kind of awkward that, you know, a robotic character is like, you know, a bendable figure. I just find it weird, that's all. His head is, of course, on a ball joint like all the other characters. And he can bend the arms and legs, so yeah, this is actually a really good Metal Sonic bendable figure. I think he might not be my favorite in the set, but he's actually a number 2. So despite his paint not being the best, you know, just because he has so many paint details on such a small 4-inch figure, despite this, I probably would give Metal Sonic probably maybe a B+ as well. So hopefully I'd be able to get Dr. Robotnik and we can finish off the review on the entire second wave. So thank you for watching this hopefully very quick video, and like and subscribe.